Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline, it's a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And in this podcast, we're going to focus on self-discipline as you follow along. With me on my journey, and we're also going to hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Before we get started in today's podcast, today is day 15. I'm running roughly around 6.7, and I'm going to add that to the list. I think I was at 39 last time I checked. I don't know, I'm bad at it. These days are kind of just starting to melt together. So I should be around 45 by the end of the day. That'll be 15 days in a row. And that's 45 for the month as well. For this month, I am doing a benefit for the American Cancer Society and fundraisers through Facebook. All the donations that get donated are going to directly go through strictly to the American Cancer Society. None will be going to Facebook. So please be sure to donate. I think we're up to $125. Another good buddy of mine, Kyle, thank you, buddy, for donating. I know right now times are kind of tough for you, but you're still donating. That's great. I love you, buddy. So we're at 125. The goal was 200. We're going to surpass that for sure. Yeah. I guess that's kind of about it. F cancer. Let's get this going, guys. There's another challenge actually next month too. I'm thinking about maybe joining for same foundations. So we'll see. All right, lost me there for a second. So, like I said, today is day 15, episode 15. My time's coming in.
4 miles. Average pace 9:39 per mile.
We're downtown Wyandotte. There's the hospital where my best friend works, taking care of people with COVID. All right, let's get back into it. Today's episode 15. Today's theme for today's episode is going to be anxiety. Anxiety is something that throughout my life, especially kind of after high school, that I started really dealing with hard. I was always anxious. I always found myself to be more of an introvert, kept to myself. The only times I was more outspoken or more outgoing is usually when I was hammered drunk. I noticed that, so that always contributed to like my courage. But in the long run, it wasn't very healthy of me. Anxiety, I know it wreaks havoc on a lot of people's lives. For me, I realized that I still fear those moments, especially when I'm in them. I hate them. I hate them more than anything. When I'm doing something I didn't want to be doing, and I'm around new people, and I gotta try to figure out how to make small talk, and I feel like I'm really bad at that, and I get this really anxious feeling over me where I don't talk, and then I just seem like a weirdo. So I'm more of like a sit back and observer, kind of feel out everything. But I realized, and it kind of I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of came when I started working out. The more I started taking care of my body. My mentality kind of changed. I still get super anxious, but when I'm in those situations, the times when I speak up or I'm just myself and I don't let the anxiety take complete control over me, I realize I come walking away from that situation with a lot more perspective, and I'm usually happier that I was able to get through it. So you can't let your anxiety run your life like I've done for so damn long. Ooh, puddle. Anxiety is always going to be there, but you got to be able, I don't want to necessarily say man up, but to be able to face it and say, I'm better than you, I'm stronger than you, I'm going to overcome you. And like I said, I don't have the perfect diet, but I've been exercising my ass off, and that's giving me a lot more confidence and a lot more outspokenness and being able to feel like an actual contributor and feel like my voice has not necessarily authority, but has meaning behind it and has experience and has, I don't know, this sounds stupid, but for the longest time I still, I think it might be the way we were raised, this generation, but I still feel like a kid almost in a grown-up body. And I had to really face this fact that I'm not a kid, and I gotta start taking shit more seriously. My health, my mentality, my connections with people. How's that gonna be for my kid if I can't even talk to the teacher without getting an anxiety attack, or I can't, talk to their friends' parents? The best thing to do is to look inside, see what's causing that anxiety, snuff it out. Slowly but surely, you'll get it done, and you're gonna feel better about it. See if we can make it this episode to the tracks, baby. All right, so that being said, anxiety, it's a real killer, especially for the motivation. When you start letting stuff like that build up, your whole entire confidence and your ego gets hammered down. Nothing good comes from it. You don't think you have the ability to overcome it in those situations. And something that I noticed I did a lot was always look back and blame it on that. Like, this is why I'm like this. Or, like I said, there's certain situations when growing up I feel like it could have been better for me as an adult. Like, my parents always took care of everything. They never, they tried sometimes, but they would always be the ones to ask the questions and do all the work for me and figure out what I needed to do, at the doctor, or if I needed to get my tire changed when I was younger. Or it never made me experience that one-on-one communication with strangers. So I can sit there and blame that and then never change, or I can not necessarily blame it, but put a face to why I feel I am sometimes the way I am, and be able to step up and change that. So we're getting close here to the tracks, guys. I did hear a train. That'd be kind of cool if we get that on camera. If not, it's all good. But anyways, for day 15, episode theme, anxiety, we are going to have a good daily discipline for you. And that's find what makes you anxious put yourself in that situation. It's kind of just like yesterday with comfort. Find that anxiety. Find out why it makes you that way. Find out what you could do to be able to change it. You know, just for today. These are things you can take on with you day in, day out, but today is just the daily discipline is figure out what makes you anxious. That's all you gotta do. Figure out what makes you anxious. And when you figure that out, you'll be set. You'll have a way to kind of know at least what you need to improve on in yourself. So when you're in those situations, you're better than you normally are. So I want to thank you guys for listening. I got a dog barking. We got this cool cemetery coming up over here. That's kind of cool. I love that noise. But whoo, flipped the camera around, almost fell. All right. I want to thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please give us a like on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Share some of the videos if you want. Send me a message. I'm trying to get some scheduled runs together. Get some people maybe that get some short ones for people that aren't necessarily ready for the big ones. Get some medium ones, some 5Ks for everybody, and then maybe do a couple 10Ks here and there. Maybe push out a half for the people that want to try that. You know, just for fun to get together and run together. It's a beautiful thing. So again, give us a like on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Find our podcast on any of the podcast streaming platforms. And that's pretty much it, guys. Stay disciplined. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.